Oh, that's an area that we got to get cleaned up. Hopefully, we see an improvement from first game to second game. I think you always do. Just things have come into balance out in open space, but it was good to evaluate guys out in open space. So, looking to improve there is a big point of emphasis, and we'll see if that pays dividends on Saturday.
How hard is it for you? I think most of us here, even though there's competition, could name 21, 22 to 25 starters position-wise. Not knowing who you're going to even have. You have a depth chart at this point in the preseason. I mean, how difficult does that make it getting everything installed?
Well, I think that's what special teams coaches are supposed to do this time of year. I mean, you play a lot of guys, you evaluate a lot of guys. The nice thing that we have here is we got a lot of competition at a lot of positions. So we've been able to move pieces around and what you're trying to do is train guys in multiple spots. So for however it shakes out, you have an idea that, okay, this guy's played this position, he's played this position, and then you've kind of logged some miles in on that. So we're going through that. It's the normal training camp deal, but I'm excited about our group.
Say that on returns that in the preseason you bring them out kind of is
I think everybody does. You want to get guys evaluated, and I think that's the deal. There's only so many special teams plays anyway, so it's tough just to give up one.
Alec Ogletree has been a starter almost all of his career. Are you starting to get a feel for what he can do on special teams since he probably won't be starting at least day one here?
I'm getting a great feel for him. What a great guy. What a great pro. I mean, he's been awesome. He goes out early and gets an early stretch before everything. Then he's down there with the returners and helping the young guys. His presence in our room has been outstanding, and it's nice. I'm glad he's here.
Generally speaking, is it?
Guys like that available in August?
What's that? I'm sorry.
to have a guy like that just available on the street in August, is that surprising sometimes?
He's a really good player. I'm glad we have him, and I'm glad he was there that we can have him. So, I call him the microwave. You program and boom, a play's made, and he's great to have.
Generally speaking, when you have a veteran that's been a regular starter in the league and that his situation changes and maybe he's not a starter and he's going to have to special teams, do they have to maybe buy in? Is it difficult sometimes to convince them that that's their path? And how has Alec been about that?
He's been awesome. And actually, Larry, you kind of make it sound like we're just the third wheel and a necessary evil. So I'll be honest with you. Our culture's not like that, and he's not like that. He's a pro's pro, and he's embraced everything. So, like I say, for a lot of our young players to be in there and have a guy of his experience and his caliber and what he's done in this league, to be able for him to say things in our room, it's been awesome.
It's friendly fire from the in-house guy, by the way.
You're next.
What are you looking for as the preseason goes along to see out of Daz Newsome, and what strikes you about where he's at right now?
Well, I'm excited. Daz just came back, and he's been catching the ball well, so he's going to get a lot of opportunities on Saturday. And that's why it's one of the reasons why we liked him. So I'm looking forward to him. He's back off that injury, so for him to play in a lot of different spots, I'm excited to see it.
What have you learned about his skill set and the things that intrigue you most?
He's a confident player. He catches the ball well. He has good first step quickness, can make you miss. And I think he's a good football player. So, it'll be time for him to put that on tape, and we're going to give him an opportunity to do that, and I think he'll do that.
When Tariq is healthy, will you put him back there at punt return again?
I never talk about it, what we might do and down the road, So I'm going to dodge that question.
Khalil Herbert was talking about how you want him doing everything. Like, you want him really doing every phase of this. What did you see from him in the first preseason game, and how is he kind of continuing to come along?
I've seen him grow from the spring to the practices with Miami to the first game. I'm seeing a player just grow, and he's been able to pick up a lot of different spots. He sits in the front row in the special teams meetings, takes notes, asks good questions. And it's our job just to keep playing him in different spots, and then, as things go, hopefully, he kind of settles into something, and he's the player that we think he is. He's a good football player.
How nice is it to get a rookie who, did a lot of special teams, and also at a place like Virginia Tech last year that puts a high value on that?
Oh, 100%. 100%. He gets it. He understands special teams, Larry. So we're glad he's in the room.
Jordan Lucas was saying he hadn't returned a kick since prep school, I think. What was the thought process with him back there, and what do you like about him?
I think the kid can run. He was catching on the jugs, doing really well, so wanted to give him an opportunity. You always need to remember this, and I think I stated this the first time. There's 90 players on the roster right now. We're going to get down to 53 by the end of it. Not all of them are going to make it, but our goal is if they don't make our team, and I want them to make our team, if they don't make our team, I want them to make someone else's team, and that's a fact. So I want to be able to, if a kid has a talent, I want to see it. Maybe that's something for us, and if not, maybe it's something for somebody else. So that's the rule in the NFL. I want to give guys opportunities, and I think he's a kid with a lot of talent, and I think he's a good football player. So, we put him out there.
Is anything notable through your eyes about Cairo's 53-yarder, 10.5?
No, it was good. Went through the pipes. His first look at it, and I thought he did a nice job. It was a well-struck ball. Good snap and hold. So we're still working through some kinks, but those guys were progressing at the pace we need to get to week 1.
Go through the normal game day paces and figure out what his range is kicking south and communicate that, and was that
100%. Yeah, no, I mean, when we go to games, if it's a field goal opportunity, we just don't say, hey, field goal. I mean, there's a line, and we're going through just like what we would on game day. How's the wind playing? And all those things. I mean, that's part of the process, and so we're like I say, we just stay right in the process.
Even if a guy doesn't make the Bears, you want him to make another team. How reassuring is it? It seems like you have 2 kickers, and Brian Johnson obviously made a kick. How reassuring is it that you have a guy like that if anything does happen to Cairo, you have something you might trust?
Oh, he's been doing really, really well, and he has a big leg, and been really proud of him. And the thing I like about him, he's really, and the other guys have really embraced him, and he's followed their routine. He's figured out that these guys know what they're doing with regards to off the field stuff, how they take care of their bodies and their legs and those type of things, and he has a routine. So he's not. I know he's a rookie, but he's not really a normal rookie. And that's what I like about the kid, and he's playing well and fits in the room well, so he has a chance.
Chris, has COVID changed maybe an emphasis on having 2 kickers around, even in the regular season?
That's definitely last year, but now obviously there's different things in place with the vaccination and non-vaccinations and those type of things. But we're fortunate we have a really good kicker, and we're also fortunate we have a really good young kicker, and I think sometimes teams, I hate to have camp legs. Our guy is not a camp leg. He's a real live kicker.
How did Cole do snapping for that week?
He did good, and he's you always have to have somebody up ready to go, and so it was good to get those snaps and those things, because lots of times we're just working that on the side, but to be able to throw them in a team setting and those type of things, that's going to pay dividends.
If your snapper is unvaccinated, is it wise to have a quarantine snapper? Like just another guy on the practice squad you could bring up? Because there aren't many people in the world who can long snap.
No, there's only 32 of them, and I think each organization goes through those decisions on that.
Chris, did you have Jamie Cole out here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's consulting with us.
Yeah. What's the value? I mean, you obviously have veterans at this point, guys who know what they're doing. What's the value for having him out and still helping those guys with whatever pointers he has?
Well, he's been with us, and I stated a long time ago, I think when we wanted to cover the kickers each and every day, he's an excellent teacher. And the guys that we have in our room want to continue to get better and better each and every day. And so we want to be able to give them resources, not only myself, but have Jamie in there and Brian Ginn, my assistant, to have those guys in there to help them continue to grow. It's invaluable, and I'm glad he's with us.
He probably plays 2 really, really good gunners. Where are you at in that process so far of identifying the guys that are going to go down there and be key on covering those kids?
Yeah, I think we're still identifying all of that. And those game reps that we talked about earlier is critical, and as will Saturday's game reps will be critical. And we'll rotate a bunch of guys through because, once again, you want to be able to give guys opportunities and give them a chance to put their stuff on tape.